Well, that didn't take long. You know, it won't be long before, and I mentioned this in a previous video, it won't be long and women will have to get a man's permission in order to seek an abortion. Because after all, women are just things to fuck and have babies. And that's it. And a man owns your body. And it's really incredibly fucked up. And Texas is ground zero for this fucked up stuff. That a man who is trying to pervert the court system in order to exact revenge on his ex-wife. This kind of thing is going to be commonplace. All right? It's going to be commonplace, and we're going to have to go clear back to the days of coverture where women just were property, just nothing but property. And women can't do anything without a man's permission, including getting an abortion. Well, on the other side, on the other hand, will a man be able to force a woman to have an abortion if she doesn't want one? Of course, the anti-abortion nutters would say no, just as they would say with the parental consent crap. There's very few parents that would force their daughters to have a baby. It's usually that they would be more likely to coerce their daughters into having the abortion. But they don't, they don't care. They just want to make it hard for women and young women, teenage girls, to have abortions. And so this is another monkey wrench that they're trying to throw in, is abusing the court system. So now abusers, male abusers, abusive ex-husbands, abusive boyfriends, what have you, abusive husbands, could just use the courts in Texas to exact revenge on women who don't want them, let alone want any kids from them. So, a Texas man is suing 3 women under the wrongful death statute, alleging that they assisted his ex-wife in terminating her pregnancy. The first such case brought since the state's near-total ban on abortion last summer. Can you believe this? Marcus Silva is represented by Jonathan Mitchell. Love these MRAs. The former Texas Solicitor General and architect of the state's prohibition on abortions after about 6 weeks of pregnancy. And State Representative Briscoe Kane R. of Deer Park. The lawsuit is filed in state court in Galveston County, where Silva lives. Silva alleges that his now ex-wife learned she was pregnant in July 2022, the month after the overturn of Roe v. Wade, and conspired with 2 friends to illegally obtain abortion-inducing medication and terminate the pregnancy. The friends texted with the woman, sending her information about Aid Access, an international group that provides abortion-inducing medication through the mail, the lawsuit alleges. Text messages filed as part of the complaint seem to show that they instead found a way to acquire the medication in Houston, where the 2 women lived. A 3rd woman delivered the medication, the lawsuit alleges, and text messages indicate the wife self-managed an abortion at home. This is a guy that is a vicious piece of shit who wants to exact revenge on his ex by going after her friends. And it says here, Silva's wife filed for divorce in May 2022. Court records show 2 months before the alleged abortion. The divorce was finalized in February. They share 2 daughters, the lawsuit said. I would sue to have sole custody and that he not be allowed visitation. And yeah, he wanted control because she was his property to do whatever the hell he wanted. And she said no to him. She didn't want him in her life anymore, and she didn't want any pregnancy from him anymore. And what a shame she had 2 daughters with that piece of crap. But note that this is going to be commonplace because the anti-abortion people do not see women as human. They're just an incubator for a dude. The man is the only one that counts. Anything to preserve the traditional family and male privilege. So it says here the legality of abortion in Texas in July 2022 is murky. The state's trigger law, which makes performing abortion a crime punishable by up to life in prison, did not go into effect until August. But conservative state leaders, radical rightists, including Canaan Attorney General Ken Paxton, have claimed that the state's pre-robe abortion bans, which punish anyone who performs or furnishes the means for an abortion by up to 5 years in prison, went back into effect the day Roe v. Wade was overturned in June. Bullshit. Total bullshit. Anyway, expect more of this. This is probably the most outrageous story yet of what is happening in this country to women. And I thought I would share it.